Hello and welcome to another one of these video logs. And what I thought I would talk about today, because I often write about addiction and because I have the podcast about addiction, I sometimes get sort of emails from people who are still in the midst of addiction and they're struggling quite hard. And I always sort of feel this is a great privilege to sort of hear people's stories because it really helps me. It reminds me of how I once was and how desperate I was, and it's very easy for me to forget that these days. And one thing that comes out in particular that really reminds me is this: I used to have this idea when I was a drunk that if I did manage to get into recovery, that my life would all be about sort of trying to stay away from alcohol, and that would be just that the rest of my life would just be one big struggle, and it would be very hard. And this was that was a big reason why I often didn't want to stop, because that was not something I sort of wanted for my life. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life worried about alcohol or worried I didn't want my rest of my life about not doing something basically. And the good news is that when you get sober, like after a while, that doesn't happen, and it happened to it happened for very soon after I quit alcohol this time. There was no more thoughts of it, and there hasn't been since. I don't have I don't have these battles with alcohol, with these temptations. I'm being honest here. These things never come, and I've had some great times since in recovery, and I've had some very bad times, and on none of these occasions has the idea of drinking hit me, which is absolutely amazing, because that's, my life for so long was about alcohol, and if something good happened or something bad happened, I wanted alcohol to celebrate it, and that it's not like this these days. And I often worry because I was sober before and I wasn't the same as this, because I remember I used to sort of think that if I achieved something that that it was only ever an achievement if I had alcohol to top it off. And the great news is, that's gone completely away. I have other ways of sort of celebrating good things, and of ways of sort of dealing with bad things, and so this is something that that should never ever put people off giving up booze or giving up drugs. It does get better, and it does get to the stage where it's no longer an issue. Alcohol is no longer an issue in my life. I do like to talk about it, but that's because it's just something I like to do, and I sort of feel if I have the experience, I might as well share it with people, and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. That's why I do it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. It's not that I need to do it, and that can be the same for everybody else as well. We can fully escape our addictions and go on and live a great life. And the drug never has to. It's very hard to imagine. When you've been an addict for a long time, it's very hard to imagine that you can be anything different than that. But you really can be. And life can be great, and that's what I really want to tell people. Life can be great, and so never let something like that hold you back. And it's very simple. If you give up alcohol, your life gets better. If you give up drugs or alcohol, your life gets better, and it's as simple as that. So that's what I just wanted to say with this video cast. These are very brief, and they're a bit different than the podcasts, which are short as well, mind you. But everything I do, But these are just additional things, and just something to have on the thing. Well, thanks very much for watching anyway.